live, gentlemen. Live. What's the Line podcast, week 16. The closeout.
The closeout.
Fake doing the sheet. I just like it.
Ante up.
Watch is buzzing. It's probably more COVID. All right, let me email this to myself. Gmail. Compose, jump. Live, What's the Line podcast, brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com. Make sure I take the logo off this water.
Name can.
Kind of funny.
Psycho, man. P for Psycho. All right. Wicked days of the NFL. COVID's running live. All right, I think we can get started soon, gentlemen. Let me write down some notes, though, for myself. Always got to get rooms. Twitter, at @RomyRome_. Mike. Mike is B like Mike with an X, right?
Correct.
All right. All right. All right, man. Let's get it started. What's the Line podcast, brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com. We here, week 16. We'll tweet this out. Make sure I send the link. Almost ready. All right. Let's get it. Live. All right, y'all ready? Let's get it in.
Rome.
Oh, see what I'm saying? I had some other shit pop up. Hashtag where's Rome? They just text me. Tweet it from my page. Let's get it.
Fuck with that.
What?
Just filled it out. I'm looking like,
guess I could fill out the sheet then.
I only had a link on my new laptop.
Hey, shouts out to Ron Parker, Slam.
It's facts. Now the Rob.
That was dope.
Yeah.
Where's
My
Rome?
man, P had to do that editing.
Yeah, I definitely had to chop that up, baby. I took out a lot of my convo on when it was just me, you, and Jordan. I was like, God, I was chiming in with Rob. I was like, that's enough. Let me send this to myself. What the hell is wrong, man? I'm about to just start without Rome. Rome, we're starting. I don't know if you're out there. What's the Line podcast? We're live. Brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com. All right. I'm gonna start it up right now, man. I gotta keep it moving. I'm trying to get dinner before all this is over. All right. And we're back. Andy Up Consulting presents What's the Line podcast, brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com, your premier agency for luxury travel. You want to go to the World Cup, Super Bowl, NBA Finals, all those great things, anothergreatadventure.com. That's the place you want to be. Call the number there, reach out, tell them Andy Up Consulting sent you. This is What's the Line podcast. We talk NFL each and every week. We're almost at the finish line, gentlemen. It's been a long year. It's been a long year. But as we continue on, we got to get straight to it. I'm your host, the meticulous Mark P. Also the host of Annie Up University. Guest on What's the Line Monday Morning podcast. We had Fox Sports Rob Parker just joined us this past week. Check out that episode. And also, guest on there weekly is Mike Curry. Mike, how you feeling this week, my man?
I'm good, man. I'm moving on up, man. Just got called up from AAA once again. Feels good, man. The 6-man is here. I'm glad to be here, fellas.
Yeah. I love Mike's attitude, man. He just comes that 6-man. He just comes, he just coming to get buckets, man. Undefeated on teasers, by the way. I'll get to that in a second. But Papa Keith with us again. How you feeling today, Keith?
What's going on? What's going on? We crawling to the finish line. You feel me? Crawling there.
We crawl. I'm pretty high right now. I don't know about this week. I gotta stay sharp myself. We have Rome with us. He's somewhere out there. Maybe I'll fill him in. How you feeling today, Rome? We'll go from there when he gets back in. But let's get straight to it, gentlemen. Let's do some reviews. Quickly. There he is. Rome. He's here. He's in the building. For all of those that's watching live, What's the Line podcast brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com. Week 16. Rome, how you feeling this week?
Ready to go, man. Good weeks in the past 5 months. We just continue to roll. So hoping not to jinx it, hoping to keep it going. Let's go, week 16.
Yeah, ain't no jinxing. We don't believe in that over here. All right, but let's talk about it. Best this year, Rome, 18-13 on the season. Mike Curry, 20-14. Me, myself, I am 22-15-1. Paris, he's 1-0. I love his 1-0. Soundman special is 9. Is it 8-5 on the year? Soundman special is. Keith, we're it's just been one of those years for you, buddy. It's been one of. But when we talk about teasers, shout out to Keith, 7-3 on the year, 70%, obviously. Mike Curry, 4-0, still undefeated on this pod with the teasers. Also, Paris alone, 1-0. Soundman, 5-10. I don't know about Soundman this year, man. I got to sharpen him up for the season 4 of the teasers. He was on Washington plus 9.5 for his last leg last night. Hated to see it. Hated to see it for the teaser. Rome 5-9. Improved though this week. Got the W for your teaser. I am 10-6 on the year. And gentlemen, let's get right into it. Thursday night football. 49ers laying 3. My 49ers, all right. Laying 3 at Tennessee. Total of 44. Mike Curry, I'm actually start with you, man. 6 man. Get the first bucket for us. How do you feel about this game? 49ers laying 3 at Tennessee.
I was actually hoping you wouldn't come to me first, because I really don't know. You guys talk to me.
All right, Rome, talk. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, I have similar sentiments as Mike, honestly, but I think I gotta was looking at the notes, and as I'm thinking about the game, I honestly gotta lean with the Titans here at home. Just to cover they're underdogs at home. You got two teams that's obviously gonna try to run the ball as much as they can. All the talk about how talented or lack thereof, like the backups for Derrick Henry have been, but they've still been able to, run the ball fairly effectively. And more importantly, their defense has been more effective at stopping the run. So I'm gonna lean with that. I'm gonna lean with the Titans to cover the 3 at home. But more like Mike said, I'm interested to see if Rome has a crazy lean here, because this is one of those games that if he feels strongly about it, I'm like, okay, because I have no idea. These two teams seem very similar to me.
Rome, what do you think about this game? 49ers laying 3 at the Titans.
Yeah, I think this line is pretty interesting. Titans lost 4 out of their last 5. We called this past week on the podcast. Some like the Titans, I like the Steelers just because of that funky number. They lose outright. So I think it's time for the Titans to change, in the sense of, I think the 49ers are getting a little too hot. They get the overtime win in Cincy. They looked impressive in the past 3 to 4 weeks prior. So I think now they're getting rolling. Them laying 3 on a short week. Cross-country travel. I'm not really sure if they stayed on the East Coast or where they were this past week. But, I would expect that to play a factor. And then also a Tennessee Titan team that's hungry and can run the ball just as effectively as, the 49ers can. And I think in this matchup, the 2 quarterbacks are even. You got 2 bottom third quarterbacks, Adam Tannehill and that Garoppolo. So I don't see either of them making the plays or making game-changing plays. So now you think about Kittle and Deebo Samuel, and you throw those guys in. I think that's how you build up a number to 3. I think it's pretty interesting, though, that 3 is, basically saying they're 5 points better than them on a neutral. And that's where I just disagree. I think the 49ers have gotten a little bit too expensive in the past few weeks. I think that's why this line is 3. I think the Titans, they basically lost every game that I thought that they would up until this point. So I'm not surprised with where they're at. But I think the fact that the 49ers are laying 3, I think that speaks to them being a little bit too expensive here this week on a short week across country in Tennessee.
All right, yeah. I gotta agree with you, Rome. That's Rome at Romy Rome _ on Twitter. The 49ers are getting a little expensive here, laying 3 on the road on a short week. So I gotta lean with the Titans. And then Mike Vrabel, like I said previously, I do believe he's a pretty good coach in this spot. He's 12-9-1 against the spread after a loss, 7-5 against the spread as a home dog as a head coach. So this 49ers team, both teams want to run the ball. I think the under should definitely be in play, a 44. I know Elijah Mitchell has been ruled out, but they'll run that ball with Deebo Samuel, Jeff Wilson Jr., the 49ers. And
They'll run the ball with me. They literally don't care.
Yeah, and I know the Titans want to continue to run the ball. As they're still they're 4th in the league in rushing yards per game. We saw Foreman do his thing last week. So I think the under should definitely be in play here on a short week with Christmas coming up, a lot of things going on. So I would lean towards the under of 44. Mike Curry, what do you think now?
Probably lean Titans, lean with the home dog. Real quick, just wanted to give like a pure football standpoint. This is a big game for both of these teams. The Titans are leading their division, but the Colts are right on their heels. I know they beat the Colts twice this year, but they're still on their heels. And also in the NFC, the 49ers currently at the 6th seed right now. So they're still trying to, continue and push forward with momentum and still get into the playoffs and hold on to where they are right now, because I think the division is out of the loop for them. But yeah, man, it's a huge game for both teams. But yeah, I'm leaning towards the home dog with the Titans.
Yep, should be noted. Possibly both AJ Brown and Julio will play this week for the Titans. Be the first time since week 9. Keith, what do you think about this game?
I definitely lean with the Titans too. after what everybody said, I think I'm still gonna leave with the Titans.
All right.
And I hate what the Titans do on offense, and I'm leaning with them. So that's saying it. So
Yeah.
All right, next game on the board, Christmas Day. The Browns are at the Packers. Packers laying 7.5, total of 44.5. I actually start with me on this one. I lean towards the Browns catching the 7.5. This line opened at 7, got up a half a point. This Browns team will be the hungriest that they've been, all year. I mean, it's pretty much backs against the wall. You lose this game, you're out. This Packers team has been extremely successful over the past, seems like 2 months. I don't know the last time they lost, but I don't know if they're going to win out. I mean, I think, there's definitely a possibility for a bump in the road. And then, like I said, it's on Christmas Day. There's always a lot of distractions going on there with family, stuff like that. This is the home team. So I think, if I would rather be with the road team here in this spot. But yeah, just a lean because Aaron Rodgers is a bad motherfucker. Just 85, 63-3 against the spread after a win, 35-21-1 against the spread versus the AFC as a quarterback. So, just a lean for me on the Browns. Keith, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, I gotta lean the other way on the Packers. I really like them to obviously win this game. They're favored by more than a touchdown, so most would agree. But the only thing that's stopping me from being honestly is the extra half a point. It's blowing me. I feel like they're doing it on purpose. The extra half a point making me feel like the Browns are definitely the way to go. But I still gotta lean with, maybe it's a hard play. The Browns are terrible. Once you lose to the Raiders, who I said months ago, it had a fork in them. Randomly do not 500. There's 7 extra team that gets in. That's crazy. But once you lose to the Raiders in the fashion in which they lost, it's just like I don't know how many gut punches them as a team or organization can take. I think the fork might need to be in them right now, honestly. But that extra half a point is scaring me. But it's a lean with the Packers.
All right, Rome, what do you think about this game? Packers land 7 and a hook.
yeah, I don't necessarily like the game on the sides here. I think it's to be noted that the Packers this past weekend, I was all over the Ravens at the 5. That line got out of crazy once Lamar was rolled out up to 9. But I said to say that total was at 44.5. And remember I mentioned last week, Packers have scored over 83 points in the last 2 games prior to last week. This past week they scored 31. They walk out there with 1 point, win 31. So it's basically like 111 points scored in the last 3 games. And then the total is only 45.5 this week. So I'm looking to play the under team total on the Packers here. I think that's getting a little too expensive. And I think one of these weeks is going to have to make sense. I don't think the odds makers have been that wrong in terms of how they've handicapped the Lions. I mean, you've just got different ball games. You don't expect Tyler Huntley to come out and score 30. And then, the turnovers and everything that happened with Chicago the week prior. So, I think it's to be noted that this is the 3rd week in a row that the Packers have a total lower than expected, lower than they deserve. They're probably one of the higher scoring teams in pro football. They have the most overs cashed in pro football, yet they keep getting these low totals. So I think one of these weeks, these totals go under. I'm going to take it this week against a Browns team that can run the ball, chop clock. And I think Packers team total under is also worth a look as well. I think, Aaron Rodgers at this point, we got Tom Brady rated as the number 1 MVP vote ballot guy. But how's that going to be the case much longer if Aaron Rodgers keeps playing how he's playing? So if he's putting up points and scoring as such, I think that one of these weeks have to be a drop-off. I think this could be a possible good week for that to happen. Give me under on the Packers team total, and also like the under 45.5 as a man.
Yeah, I think that Packers team total under is pretty sharp. Kind of coincides with what I was giving as far as continuing to win, waking up Christmas Day, all that. Just a lot going into that. Did we get everybody? Keith, what do you think about this game?
The Packers game again.
Oh yeah, you already went on this. Mike, did you go?
No, I didn't go.
All right.
I'm leaning with the under. I agree with what Rome was saying about on the Packers team total side, but I'm leaning with the under. We all know about Lambeau, at this time of year, but let's also look at the Browns. I know Baker Mayfield didn't play last week, but let's go look at the games where Baker Mayfield was playing. We go to that previous week against the Ravens. They scored 24, but that was a first half. I mean, that was a team total that Rome was all over, and they covered that in the first half, didn't score the rest of the game. let's go back week before that. They had a bye week, so week before that they played the Ravens. Final score 16-10. Browns only scored 10. Week before that, against the Detroit Lions, Browns only scored 13. Week before that, New England Patriots, Browns only scored 7. So yes, they're getting their quarterback back, but what has he really done? You know what I'm saying? And obviously they got Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt should be back off the COVID list, so they're gonna try to run the ball.
Hunt's out. Hunt's out.
Oh, he's off for the year, right?
Insert the sharp swords thing right here. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, but they're gonna run the ball. They're gonna have to try to run the ball with Nick Chubb, and if they want to stand a chance, they're gonna try to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field anyway. So I like the under in this game. I think the Packers win though, but I don't know about the cover. But yeah, give me the under. It might be a best bet.
All right, next game on the board. Also, best bets. I'm gonna need those today, gentlemen. Like it's Wednesday, so yeah. Next game on the board. Colts at the Cardinals. Cardinals favored by 1. Look ahead was Cardinals -3. Total of 49.5. Cardinals 17-12 against the spread. Non-division games under head coach Cliff Kingsbury. Always mess up his name. They're just 9-13 against the spread as a home team, though, under that same span. Colts sneaky 20-11-2 against the spread as a road team. I think they were catching more than 1 point in most of those games. Rome, what do you think about this game? Cardinals laying 1 at home.
I think it should be noted the Colts are probably the best football team in pro football in terms of well-rounded every position for position. Obviously, we know the Bucs and what they've been able to do. But Green Bay has their holes. They can't stop the run. I don't think they're physical enough to win a championship. I think the Bucs are the overall better team in the NFC, and I think the Colts, on the other hand, are the best pro football team in the AFC. Well-rounded, and I think they can go out to the desert. And this game is in Phoenix, isn't it?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so, I mean, as a traveling road team, I think Frank Wright has done pretty well. Just hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. And I think this Cardinals team, many have said that this Cardinals team is, I don't know. I mean, some people say they're more physical than not. I disagree with that. I don't think they're physical at all. You're missing your top target in Hopkins. Murray hasn't really looked, as efficient as he did earlier in the season. I think this is a team that could possibly fizzle out here. And I think they're barely holding on to the spot that they're holding on to. A tougher AFC team coming in on a mission. I think the Colts are in the mindset that they have to win every game going out. I don't think they get too, up on the win in which they were favored against the Patriots. I don't think that holds too much weight. I think a lot of people could say this is a letdown spot, but they were favored to win that game. So I don't see this being a letdown spot for them. I see the Cardinals trending in a different direction than I do the Colts. I like the Colts catching the 1 on the road.
All right. Rome likes the Colts catching a 1 point on the road. Stay away from me. Keith, what do you think about this game?
I tend to agree with Rome. I love the Colts here, mainly because of it's maybe I don't want to say it's reactionary because the line is definitely moving. I think the look ahead was -3 and it's already got down to -1. So if I'm going to bet, I definitely want to bet it soon before it gets too crazy. But I think I really love the Colts. I was looking at reactionary, but it literally just happened. Like you say, Rome was talking about if the Cardinals are physical or not. They literally just got pushed around by the Lions. Lions pulled a guy off of literally the practice squad, and he got over 100 rushing yards on them just last week. Reactionary or not, we just saw that happen, and we're literally talking about the offensive player of the year, arguably coming into town. So I gotta if you're going to pick a side here, I gotta go with the Colts because as you said, the Cards are a team that's trending down. I don't think this is a fake trending down. Nothing about them makes you think that no, you can count on the Cards. When the Packers got blew out week 1, literally nobody broke a sweat. The story was how much nobody's going to break a sweat about this. And You see what the Packers are. I don't think the Cardinals are necessarily there yet. Their position at the top of the NFC right now I feel like just says more about the NFC than the Cardinals, to be honest. And I think I like the Colts here for sure.
All right, another like on the Colts. Mike Curry, 6-man. Finish us off. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, just gonna lean Colts here. I wasn't trying to overreact to the Cardinals losing to the Lions, but I mean, like he said, it happened. We all saw it. They also lost to the Lions last season, but yeah, I think this team is struggling a little bit without DeAndre Hopkins. I think that's very, very key that they're missing. But the Colts, they're hot right now. They look really good, man. And I don't want to fade them right here. And as I mentioned earlier, they're still in line to win a division possibly. So huge game for them. And yeah, I'm just gonna lean Colts here.
The more that I look at this game, the more I can see myself flipping later in the week. Full disclosure.
Full disclosure, a lot of COVID going on out there. All these games are definitely be wary of. All right, next game on the board. Lions are at the Falcons. Falcons laying 6 at home. Look ahead was 4.5. Look ahead was 5 actually. Total of 43. But this line did get down to 4.5. Now up to 6. Let me give some. Oh, Dan Campbell against the spread, 9-5. How about that? We got some stats with Dan Campbell, 9-5. Putting his hard hat on against the spread. Falcons under Matt Ryan, 53, 44, and 1 against the spread after a loss. Keith, start with you. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, so like speaking about how I'm not really overreacting about just 1 week last week, I got a love on the Lions here. To be honest, it's just like I can't really lay the 6 with the Falcons against anybody. But I really don't make me do this. Don't make me do this video. But I'm gonna say I love the Lions in this spot. The reports mainly because I think they're gonna be much more healthier this week. They had to bring up a guy from the practice squad last week, but there's reports that both DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams are back in practice now. Hopefully, at least one of those guys will be back. So yeah, I'm gonna love the Lions here because like how can you lay almost a touchdown with the Falcons against anybody? We're still talking about 2 NFL teams and these Falcons who are pretty much trash. I feel like I've had a good beat on them all year, and I don't think they got it this week. The Lions, they coming in strong. I wish Soundman was here to have me up on this one because this has been like a very me and Soundman pick, but it's just me.
All right, speaking of Atlanta, live from Atlanta, Rome, what do you think about this game? Falcons laying 6 at home.
I think the line says Falcons just off. Well, let's talk to the movement of the line. I think the line goes from, looking at whatever 4.5 up to 6, because I think a lot of people are expecting a letdown spot here for the Lions. So I think it's interesting to know they went up to 6 after a Lions win. That's what makes me all the more hesitant to even play the Falcons because it's just like that's how square up the line it seems. It seems like it was driven up and bet on people that thought this would be a letdown spot for the Lions. So I think that this could be another spot for the Lions to cover back to back. I don't think they've done that following any of their prior wins. So I think here a spot to cover back to back on the road is a very. I think you can overthink this game very easily. You can say the Lions just won. Why are the Falcons, favored by 6? That's something I would probably do prior. Here, I think Lions again to cover the 6 on the road.
All right, Mike Curry, what do you think about this game? Falcons laying 6 at home.
So I think the line movement came from Jared Goff on COVID. I think that's where the line movement was at. But I just think this is a Falcon spot. I'm not even trying to get into a deep dive and hardcore handicap on the Falcons because no. But I did.
No. Tell me why you like the Falcons, Mike.
I mean, this just seems like a Falcon spot. If you just look at like the games that they've been winning, they beat teams like this and they beat them by a margin of 6. If you just look at their schedule, and they're still playing for something as well too. So I'm leaning with the Falcons.
Yeah, quickly, I lean with the Lions. Not a strong lean at all, but I know you can run against this Falcons team, and in the short passing game, if I got those running backs coming back, Anthony Lynn as the coordinator, the running back's going to be involved. So I can't lay 6 with the Falcons, knowing that they give it up on the ground over 120 yards per game. So I'm just going to lean with the Lions. Dan Campbell, 9-5 against the spread once again as a head coach. All right, next game on the board, division game. Ravens are at the Bengals. Bengals laying 2.5 at home. Ravens, the total is 45. Ravens under head coach John Harbaugh, they are 40, 25, and 3 against the spread as a road dog. I always mention AFC North, all teams under their current regime as a road dog are 55% or greater against the spread. Bengals, while they covered as a road dog last week, they're home fave this week, 2-5 against the spread in that spot. Under head coach Zach Taylor, 3-9 against the spread after a win. Under that same span, Mike, I'm going to you first. What do you think about this game? Bengals laying 2 in that hook.
I'm struggling with this one. I'm pretty sure Lamar is going to come back. I like to lean with John Harbaugh, and I like to lean with just coaches in this division as underdogs. But that Ravens secondary, bro, it's like it's just depleted, especially at the cornerback position. I'm really struggling right now, man, because you got the Jamar Chase of the world. I know he got shut down last week, but you got Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins.
Right.
That's just like a matchup nightmare. And I know these two teams played a fairly close game at some point in their last game, and the Bengals kind of blew them open. I could kind of see a similar like story being told, and I could see it happening again, but I don't know. I'm just gonna lean with Harbaugh and leaving the Ravens because this is a big game for them. It's actually a big game for both teams, but yeah, I expect these two teams to split in their division. But yeah, I'm gonna just lean Ravens.
Yeah, Rome. What do you think about this game?
I really like this spot. We often don't like to think that teams will get swept in a year. Well, this is an easy spot where I do think a team should get swept in a year. We talked about last week the Ravens, a game that they weren't necessarily supposed to cover. They cover it at home with the backup quarterback. And so now you say you're getting Lamar Jackson back. You're getting more of a complete Ravens ball club, a more healthy ball club. A week prior, who knows, going into COVID, but you would expect, right? If you get Lamar Jackson more healthier than you ever were, with Tyler Huntley throwing that, overtime pass right there. I think it's a different play call for Lamar's there. So obviously it's a better team with Lamar. And then here you are, short number in division. No, I think this is the perfect spot for the Bengals to pounce, get the sweep on a Ravens team that obviously, if we're being frank, Lamar Jackson hasn't played football in 2 weeks. So, of course, he can come back, but I can see some rust there. He hasn't been playing the greatest ball before he got the injury. So here we are in a spot in division. I think I'll take the Bengals again at home in this spot. I think they're laying the 3-4 reason. Give me the Bengals.
All right, who didn't go in this game yet? My bad.
I got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a game that I was flip-flopping on as well, but I got to lean with the Bengals here because, like you said, Lamar Jackson, he may come back, he may not, but he's going to be coming back from an actual injury, not just COVID, because that's crazy to say just COVID, but it's not just a contact COVID. Like, he's on the list because of rules. He's actually injured, and he's going to be coming back from that if he does. So that has to play a part in it. And like Mike mentioned, the Ravens secondary is terrible, literally the worst in the league. Going up against a team, one of the most pass-happy teams in the league. Like, last time they played, like, Jamar Chase went off. I think that's the game he went for like 200 and 2 touchdowns, something like that.
Right.
I don't expect, obviously, that same type of output, but from that core of receivers, I could definitely see the same thing happening again. There's nothing happening that made me say that's not going to happen. We're talking about a Ravens team that let the Packers' other guys go off kind of last week throughout that game. So I find it hard pressed to see them trying to stop the Bengals right now, especially dealing with all the injuries they got going on. So I'm gonna lean with the Bengals ultimately, but situation wise, it's all the the numbers say you should probably go with the Ravens here. A road dog on the division, like they pretty much do really well in these spots. And the Bengals are terrible as like a home fave, but I do gotta like them just in terms of how these two teams match up for them to take advantage of this one.
Yep. With me, I'm gonna just lean with the Bengals because of that passing attack and the fact that the Ravens are so bad at stopping the pass. I talk about it every week. You find Averett, the guy with the dreads, you point him out and you just throw it his ass. So I mean, people are taking advantage of that every week with this Ravens secondary. And I don't know about Lamar coming back. I don't know if he's gonna play or not, but I know that he hasn't practiced in like 3 weeks. And if you don't practice, it's tough to come back and here win on the road. So That I'm just leaning with the Bengals there. But next game on the board, the Rams are laying 3 at the Vikings. Vikings, obviously, my bestie in the testy, Mike Zimmer. I'm gonna back him here, plus the 3 points at home. Mike Zimmer, once again, my bestie in the testy, 11-3 against the spread as a home dog, as a coach. 53-31 against the spread, non-division games. I usually don't like to back him in division, but outside of the division, he's fine. He's golden. And this Rams team just just continues to just not impress you one week and then the next week kind of let you down. I know they outscored the Seahawks last week, 10 points in the second quarter. I mean, the second half, 10-0. But I it just really hasn't been that impressive. I think the Vikings have shown the ability they can score with the best of them, even if they give up. They give up a lot. Vikings 27th and 29th in opponents' rushing yards and passing yards per game, respectively. But I just don't know with the Rams. I mean, the offensive line just doesn't impress me. And if Stafford gets hit, he's going to go down with the sack. He's not one of those guys who's going to get out the pocket, make a play on a run. So I'm going to back my guy here, Mike Zimmer here, plus the 3 points at home. This is basically saying the Rams are about 5.5 to 6 points better on a neutral. Unsure of that, but I know this Vikings, that Skull, they're going to, in there, they're going to be screaming Skull in Minnesota, possibly Adam Thielen back this week. So I'm going to back the Vikings here, plus the 3 points. Keith, what do you think?
This is another spot where I guess situationally I'm going against the grain. And I do not like to hear that I'm going against you and your bestie in the testy here again, but I'm actually gonna like the Rams here. I said it's more of a lean, definitely a lean with the Rams here. -3 on the road to come in there. I think ultimately their offense is going to be a little more high powered than what the Vikings are going to have. I feel like it's going to be a game where they're going to try to outshoot each other. Unfortunately for the Vikings, and that's going to probably be their demise. I think it's a game where Kirk Cousins is going to show his head against a Rams defense that is still pretty stingy. They're top 10 against the run. They're still formidable against the pass. That they like to actually get takeaways. So that's something that Kirk Cousins is susceptible to do. This is a game where I'm looking for him to throw maybe multiple picks. It's because it's going to be a big game. So I'm going to go against the grain here and ride with the Rams on the road to, cover the 3. That's a little scary, but I'm going to do it.
All right. Looking forward to the Justin Jefferson, Jalen Ramsey matchup. I know Jalen Ramsey's your guy. Mike Curry, talk to me. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, I'm actually leaning. I'm leaning Vikings. I just can't play the Rams at this number. I'm not even trying to get too deep into the records, but the Rams have been playing good ball lately. They're 10-4, and the Vikings are 7-7, trying to get their way into the playoffs. This is also a Vikings team who has seen Matthew Stafford over the years, as well as Mike Zimmer and that coaching staff. Vikings, I know I've been saying this a lot. Still a team with a lot to play for. And I can see them putting some pressure on Stafford. I can see it. The Daniil Hunters, the Anthony Barrs, the Michael Pierce. I can, see them, being able to wreak a little bit of havoc. So I'm definitely leaning with the Vikings here, plus the 3 at home.
All right, Ron, what do you think about this game? Finish us off here. Rams laying 3 on the road.
Yeah, my favorite angle on this game is going to be the over. Total open 49, up to 49.5 now, 60% over on the cash there on the over. I think it continues to climb past 50.5. And I think once I think it's to 51, it gets a little too expensive, but I think that's the trend of the line movement. I like what Kirk Cousins has been able to do offensively, and I like what the Rams have been able to do offensively as well. I can see a turnover coming here, Kirk Cousins. So I like the over here in this spot.
All right. I think we agree with you. I think me and Keith pretty much were, talking towards that too. So I'm glad you touched on that because we think both teams could kind of move the ball.
Yeah, I think we basically all said the same thing, but at the end they had, different leads. But literally everything you Mike said about Anthony Barrs, I could totally see that where
one thing that just kind of worries me is just if it lands at 49.5, that's just one of those games that's an under number. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't land there. Everything else I like.
The over is probably my favorite side out of everything everyone said, for sure.
All right. All right. Next game on the board. Bills are at the Pats. Pats land 2.5. I was on the Pats +3 a couple weeks ago. That started my streak. Unsure about this spot, though. Total of 43.5. Rome, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about this game? Let me get some stats, though, real quick. Bills 14-10-2 against the spread as a road dog under head coach Sean McDermott. 25-19-2 against the spread after a win during that same span. While the Patriots 22-15-1 against the spread, home fave since 2017. Rome, what do you think about this game? You on mute, Rome.
Sorry, like the Bills here, kind of like them the first week prior to getting that news on the weather. Once that came out, that game just became a crapshoot. So I like them here for the revenge. I don't think they get swept by the Patriots. Obviously, we see the Patriots' weaknesses coming this past weekend, and it comes to everything I've spoken about. They can't get off explosive plays offensively. Without that, you can be a consistent 10-16, but you're not going to be able to make it far against teams that are prolific. Teams such as like the Chargers. The Chargers don't get in their own way. They're easily a better team than the Patriots right now. I think the Patriots are better than what they were last year, and I think that's where all the praise is coming from. 9-4 is nice. The AFC is pretty down this year, so it's not as impressive as it is. I think they're 9-5 now, if I'm not mistaken. So just a Patriots team right now that I think a lot of people were high on this past weekend. They were sexy. They were the sexy underdog type pick. But, you won 7 in a row. You had to lose some points. We were all over the coats there. I had some change of heart there last minute and just kind of ended up staying away and playing the Patriots alternative line. And that was it. I sprinkled some on that because I just said, if they're for real, they're for real. And this past weekend, they didn't show to be such. I don't think they're going to show up this week and be such either against the Bills team. Like I said, you got to remember, I don't know if you guys remember those press conferences with the two safeties from the Bills. They basically can ask dummy questions, basically like, why can you tackle them in the second, third? So this is a revenge spot for the Bills. I think they get right. Obviously, Josh Allen on the foot may be of some concern. But I think this is a Patriots team, like I said, that has gotten too expensive and will continue to be too expensive until they lose 2 in a row. I think this win right here against the Patriots for the Bills will do that. And that will bring the Patriots, a place in the market down back to where I think it should be. And not, just because they were ranked, number one AFC. I think if we were all to take a poll today, we would all say the Chiefs are the number one team in the AFC. So if that's the case, we know what the Chiefs bring to the table. It's an offense, and the Patriots don't. They've just been playing good football, beating up bad teams. And I think this week here, they're going to lose 2 in a row in division here this week as opposed to on the road last week in Indy. So I like the Bills.
All right. Stay away. My second stay away from me. Mike Curry, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, I'm leaning Bills here. I know I said because that last game was a Monday night game, right? So
Right.
We were on a Monday morning pod talking. And I believe I said that these two teams were split. So like Rome said, this is a revenge game. You guys all know I like a revenge game, and that's in anything, mainly NBA, but I like it in NFL as well. I just feel like over the last month, people have kind of been like down on the Bills, like just like the public perception has been like kind of down on the Bills, and I don't want to just write them off just yet. And this is a division game, short line, and I like them to bounce back. I like them to get this W. So I'm just gonna lean Bills.
All right, Keith, what do you think about this game? Patriots land 2.5 against the Bills.
Honestly, I have nothing for the sides. Gun to my head, I would probably lean Bills just because they're the underdog. But I'm gonna pull a Rome here. I like the under here on this game. It's a game in which I don't think either team is gonna get much going. Like you said, on a normal day, the Patriots have, to put it lightly, have struggled to get explosive plays. We're coming against a Bills secondary that's very, very stingy. Number 1 against the pass. The Patriots themselves, very, very stingy. Number 3 against the pass. So I think it's a game in which, Belichick knows what he has going here. He has a rookie quarterback, and he has a pretty good defense. He's going to slow the game down, try to run the ball. So I like the under here. I don't think the Bills are going to be able to, enforce themselves on the game. But if I had to pick a side, I would like them to cover the 2.5, possibly win this game outright, like everyone was saying, like not get swept. The Patriots as a 2.5 point favorite. I don't love trying to take them, but I in terms of like just looking at the game, I love the under out of all the things because I think it's going to be a slow game. You know, AFC football in December. Wait, what do you want?
All right. So we got. Seems like we got some likes there. We got a like on the. Is that a like with you, Ron?
It's a definite like for me, yes.
All right, gotcha. All right, so all right, next game on the board. I got a like here myself. Jaguars are at the Jets. Jets laying one, the stinker bowl, total 41.5. I'm gonna like the Jaguars here on the money line. I think that this Jets team, they're just, first of all, week by week, I see their passing yards per game continues to go down and down in ranking. That's because the last month or so, the last, a month or so ago, you had the Josh Johnsons of the world, the Joe Flacco's throwing the ball. Now Zach Taylor just cannot pass the ball like down the field. I don't know what it is. I'm not here to study quarterbacks. I'm just here to tell you what I see. He's really just not throwing the ball. This Jets team is dealing with a ton of COVID issues, including the coach. He's not going to coach this week, Robert Saleh. I think they got 14 guys that went on the list this today, on Wednesday, December 22nd. And I'm gonna just ride with the Jaguars team, but I think it just, after the full week of no Urban, this is the time that they're going to come out and cover the spread, get a win here. So I'm going to take them on a money line, plus the 1 point as well. But I think the Jaguars here are going to get the win at the Jets. Also Jets 1-5 against the spread as a home fave since 2017. Mike Curry, what do you think about this game?
This game is just funny, bro. This game is funny. I have pretty much the same handicap as you. I'm not even trying to be long-winded or say exactly what you said, but that's how I feel. So yeah, I lean with the Jaguars as well.
All right, Keith, any thoughts on this game? Jaguars, Jets?
No, none at all.
All right, Rome, what do you think about this game?
Worst matchup of the season, stay away from me.
I'm all on the Jaguars. I'm all on the Jaguars this week, baby.
I was there last week, I think, and it's just like, no, not again. Like who they played? I think they played the Texans or something last week.
Yeah, they played the Texans.
Yeah, there was that literally that was me. Like I was like, nah, I'm not gonna
division game. All right. Here's the double up, gentlemen. I got 2 double ups this week. All right, who would you rather lay 10 at home with? The Eagles are laying 10 against the Giants, and the Chiefs are laying 10 at home against the Steelers. Both teams are at home. I'll start with me always. I would rather lay the 10 with the Chiefs, considering a lot of things, but mostly because I got a like on the Giants plus the 10 points. I think it's just too many points for the Eagles. Just coming off this Tuesday game to play on Sunday, quick turnaround. Their coach now has COVID. They may be dealing with more issues throughout the week. So right now I get the Giants plus 10 points against a quarterback that we haven't seen start a game yet. Who's the quarterback? Jake Fromm is going to play this week, start this week for the Giants, not the god awful Mike Glennon. So I like the Giants here plus the 10. So I would rather lay the 10 with the Chiefs than lay it with the Eagles. Rome, what do you think?
Not laying 10 with the Chiefs, like catching it with the Giants. Keep it short and sweet like that.
All right, so he would rather lay it with the Chiefs than the Eagles because he likes catching the points with the Giants. All right, Keith, what do you think about that? Who would you rather lay it with? I know you're not laying AFC West.
I think you dirty for phrasing it that way because I was really prepared to be like, give me Tom Brady, and then you're gonna pull the Chiefs out. And I want to start this by saying like I wouldn't really do it with either. Like one was to stay away from me, and then I was leaning the Steelers. But if you had to say, which one, I'm just gonna go with the Chiefs here, just because I'd like them to just score more points in any game, rather than the Eagles, who are going to continue to run the ball no matter what,
right?
Whether they're up or down. So I would more likely to lay with the Chiefs, but I don't really like it doing with either team right here.
All right, Mike Curry, what about you? Who'd you rather lay it with, Chiefs or the Eagles, laying 10 at home?
Yeah, definitely felt exactly what Keith was saying. We'll still be a little hesitant to lay it with the Chiefs. They got some COVID issues, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and a few other guys. And also because my favorite angle in the Eagles and Giants game is the under, with considering how well the Eagles have been running the football. And then, as you mentioned, Jake Fromm is going to be starting. I like the Eagles to definitely, continue to run the football well. So obviously, eat up time of possession, shoot clock, stuff like that. So yeah, I'd rather lay with the Chiefs though if I had to.
All right, if I had to, let's double up. Let's double up again, gentlemen. Who would you rather
If
lay
I
the
had
10 with
to.
on the road? The Bucks laying 10 at the Panthers. The Chargers are laying 10 at the Texans. I always start with me. It's really close to the Bucks, but I'm gonna say the Chargers. I'd rather lay the 10 with them. Texans still yards per play, really very well down the bottom of the totem pole there. Even the last 3 games, I think they're still like 30th. So I rather just lay it with the Chargers, with a team that I know they could throw the ball and move the ball downfield. They just did it against an improving, Chiefs team, although they were without Chris Jones, I believe, the last game. But yeah, I'd rather lay it with them than a Bucks team dealing with all those injuries against a pretty good Panthers defense. But Panthers team total has to be in play. I would think it's at 17, 16 and a half. It's cash the last 2 weeks, probably a couple more weeks before I caught on. So Panthers team total under. But yeah, who would you rather lay the 10 with on the road, Keys? Bucks land 10 at the Panthers, Chargers land 10 at the Texans.
Well, unlike the last question, I love this question because both of these were like pretty much likes for me. I like both of them to cover these spreads. Like it's like which one do I like the most? Give me the Bucks because I don't have to pick the Chargers. Because I mean, literally, obviously these are two pretty good teams, two of the top teams in the league. I hate to say that, but these are two of the top teams in the league, and these are on the other side of the coin. You have two of the worst teams in the league. Which one I like more? Give me not probably, the greatest quarterback versus a medley of mediocre quarterbacks at this point. So yeah, give me the Bucks.
All right, there it is. Should be noted Antonio Brown looks like he is going to play this week. So yeah, just wanted to note that. Rome, what would you rather lay the 10 with on the road? Bucks land 10 at Panthers, Chargers land 10 at the Texans.
Easy. Chargers laying 10, and it's not a Chargers laying 10. It's really, I would love to catch 10 and a half, which is what the line's on the close at for the Panthers at home on a spot with but there's always these spots where teams lose and they're like, this is the get right spot for them. They're going to bounce back and they're going to have extra night of motivation.
Right.
It doesn't mean they're going to cover the line. They just have incentive to win. And I think coming out after a loss this past weekend, obviously they're going to have incentive to win, that being the Bucks. And I think the Panthers also have something to prove in the fact that they haven't won in a month. So two teams here that are both going to be hungry. I'll take the Panthers.
All right, Mike Curry, who would you rather lay the 10 with on the road, Bucks or the Chargers?
Rather lay it with the Chargers, a team that's also going to be coming off of 10 days rest. So I like that there. With the Buccaneers game, I just feel like the Panthers could definitely cover. I know Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Fournette went down. But it's a Panthers team that they traded for some pieces in the secondary, like Stephon Gilmore and
CJ Henderson looks like a bust, but yeah.
Yeah. But in a division game too, I just feel like they could keep it close and definitely cover that number. I definitely think the Bucks win, but I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, I'd rather lay it with the Chargers. This is a Texans team, bad team, and Chargers also got the extra rest too. And they're coming off a loss. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I could definitely see Gilmore probably trying to shadow AB when he's out there, though. I don't know. He doesn't play full time. I don't know with the Panthers, but all right, let's move on. Next game on the board, the Bears are at the Seahawks. Seahawks laying 6.5 at home. Just 13, 16, and 1 against the spread, though. It's a home fave since 2017. These Seahawks are the end of the Legion of Boom, 2017. The Bears under Matt Nagy, 10 and 19 against the spread after a loss since 2018. Justin Fields looks like dealing with an ankle injury. Andy Dalton, is he still on the COVID list? I don't know. But Keith, I'll start with you. What do you think about this game?
It's the very slightest of leans with the Bears here. I really want to stay away from it, to be honest, but I already used it. But I'm gonna leave with the Bears here. Neither one of these teams are teams that I'm running to put my money on. But when I really look at it, the Seahawks are one of the worst teams in the league.
Right.
They have Russell Wilson, obviously, but when it's all said and done, their defense is terrible. They're literally I keep saying this, but they are the worst team, 32nd in the league against the pass.
Right, Baltimore was 31 for all those thinking.
Yeah. Not that I'm expecting the Bears to come out here, you know what I mean, and pass the ball. You know what I mean, to like come out here and look like, you know, the Rams in the early 2000s or anything like that. But this Seahawks team is really bad to be laying 7 points, 6.5, 7 points. So I'm gonna do with a slight lean with the Bears here. This is a very low total. A bad team laying 7 points. Give me the team to cover that.
Yeah, I'm gonna just lean with the Bears in this spot. I hate to do it. I don't know who's gonna play quarterback, but it's a possible dream crusher for the Seahawks, realizing you're not gonna get in the playoffs, first losing season of Russell Wilson's career. So could be a super letdown spot for them. Unprecedented times. So I just lean with the Bears from that standpoint and that standpoint only. Rome, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, I also lean with the Bears here. Obviously, this past week they didn't show up again. So I think it's about time. I mean, these guys are all playing for their livelihoods at this point. Matt Nagy, I think, is gone. I think the players are all trying to shop and find their ways about, you know, where they go with their future here or where they belong in this organization or otherwise in the NFL. Therefore, I think they give maximum effort catching 6.5 against a team in Seattle, like as you mentioned, is now on the worst letdown year of their past decade run. Dynasty obviously has been over for some years, but I think this is probably the darkest, most realistic time in which they realize that it is over. So, you know, lane 6 right now, 6.5. I wouldn't want to do it. I don't care if 12 man is behind me. I'll take the Bears, a team that's, you know, I guess they're hungry for a win. I think they're just all more so hungry for jobs. So, give me the Bears my motivation.
All right, Mike Curry, talk to me.
I got nothing for this one. Stay away.
Stay away. All right. All right, 2 games left on the board. Let's head back to the AFC West. Broncos at the Raiders. Raiders laying 1, total of 41.5. I will start with me. I got a like on the Broncos, even with Drew Lock as the quarterback. I just think this Raiders team has been struggling for some time now. As far as defensively, I think this Broncos team is going to be able to run the ball. That'll open up some play action. I hate Drew Lock, but I'm really going to lean on this defense here. Vic Fangio, 16-9 against the spread after a loss as a head coach. Division games, he's only 6-9 against the spread. However, I feel like those 9 losses mostly come up against the Herberts and the Mahomes of the world. So I'm going to back the Broncos here to get the plus the 1 point and in division. But Keith, what do you think about this game?
I was about to say we can. Of all the people who be talking on this a little bit too much, we can wrap this one up. Let's go ahead and get through it, Keith. I know you got something to say about the boys, but it ain't too much to be said on this one.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It's not much to be said. We're talking about a Broncos team here on their backup quarterback, a guy that they've already given up on. I think he's still in his first contract. Crazy. He's trash. He's trash. And like you said, 16-9. These 9 losses come against the Mahomes, the Herberts, the Carrs. This is a game in which I'm expecting these Raiders to come out here 500, still in the thick of things. You know, we've been giving all these teams credit for having something to play for all night. Why don't we have something to play for? It's like, yo, we can have a team that got something to play for. Let's go. I like the Raiders to cover the 1 at home. You know, really say like, yo, we're here. We can get 3 teams in the playoffs. That would be crazy. Unprecedented. Let's go.
All right. I'm sure the Broncos may feel the same. All right. Ron, what do you think about this game? Oh, you got nothing. Right, Ron?
I got nothing for this. Next game.
All right. Mike Curry, what do you think about this game?
I'm gonna lean with the Denver Broncos here. It's a revenge game here. The last time they played in Mile High, Broncos were laying 5 and the Raiders won by 10. I think this Broncos team, I know it's Drew Lock and all, but I don't know. I feel like I'm more high on the Broncos than at least all of you guys are, but yeah, I just like them in this spot here. I mean, they're only catching 1 in a division game. I mean, both teams. It's a pretty sharp line here. I'm just leaning with the Broncos here, though.
So y'all like them on the money line, basically. Like, y'all like the Broncos to win.
Essentially,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm taking the +1 though. I'm taking the +1 here. With Drew Lock, I gotta take
I'll be on them. I'll be on them.
I like the next game. That's what I like.
All right, last game on the board for us. Washington football team at the Dallas Cowboys. Total of 10.5. Well, not total. Cowboys favored by 10.5. Total of 47. Rome, what do you think about this Sunday night football?
Love this spot. What's the total again? One more time.
47.
What's the total again? One more time.
47.
Even
No
number.
hooks for free.
Books don't give hooks for free. We saw what happened this past time. 27-20, right? That's 47, right?
Right.
Remember the pick six Dak threw?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so who's playing quarterback this week?
I actually don't know. Maybe Heineke, maybe the other guy.
Maybe, right? There's a reason this line on this total. I think it goes under. I think it goes under the number. I think the last total I want to say was a little bit higher than this, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Cowboys going to lane 10.5. Right? I'm not laying that. And so if I'm not laying that, then the correlation with the under and the dog makes sense. I think it goes under. So I would watch the football team, wouldn't play that, but I would play the total. So I use the side to indicate my play. My play would be the under 47 right there.
All right, Rome, that's pretty sharp. Get that best bet and those teasers ready for me. I'll also back you there on our under. Just because, like I said before a few times, Rome talks a certain way. I don't fade him. I back him. That was a sharp play. So I'm gonna like the under as well. Keith, what do you think about this game?
I actually like the Washington football. I'm just gonna go ahead and literally the same analysis that I think Rome has on it. I think it's gonna be more of a low scoring game. You know, using that line of thinking, I'm gonna take the underdog to cover basically 11 points. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going with it. It's too many points for as many points that I think this game is gonna have. I don't think the Cowboys are gonna blow the Washington football team out, no matter who's playing quarterback for the football team.
All right, and get that teaser ready for me, Keith. All right, Mike Curry, what do you think about this game?
It's just my other stay away.
All right, I love to hear. Let's get into it.
Nah, man, come on. They got y'all down by 10.5? 10.5, Mike?
I don't want that, bro.
All right, gentlemen. Tease me picks. Let's get out of here. Tease me picks. 2-team teaser picks, 6 points. Anybody want to start? I'm looking now.
Give me like 2 seconds.
All right. Maybe I'll start it up. Give me the
I'm ready when you're ready.
I like so many favorites this week. It's just like low favorites, and obviously I can't tease across zeros, so I'm just gonna stick with it.
Give me the Giants plus 16, and give me the. Do I want the Chargers -4?
No way you better take bro.
-4. Well, how about this? I'll take that Washington football team under 53. So I'll take that under, and I'll take the Giants plus 16.
5-9 on teasers thus far. This is a 5-9 teaser pick. Let me get the Texans up to 16 or 16.5, whatever you give me. You probably won't matter. And then I'll 16, cool. And then I'll take the Bears teased up, and I think that's a real option here. It's a real viable option.
All right, and the Bears they would be plus 12.5. All right, Keisha, ready?
Yeah. Let me get the Washington football team plus 16.5, 17 maybe.
No, 16.5. 16.5.
Okay, 16.5. I was a little frisky, you know. All right, yeah. So let me get the Washington football team, and then I'm actually gonna go the other way. I mean, I feel like we both probably going here, but I'm gonna go to Chargers -4. Like, you know.
All right. All right, Mike Curry. Tease me picks.
Pressure. I'm gonna go with the Bills plus 8.5. And
thought about that one.
Bills plus 8.5. And
I like that Giants more. I was thinking about that one.
I'm stuck between two. Damn. Sorry.
Actually, I want to take it back. I want to take it back. I don't want to put the Chargers in my thing anymore.
All right, go
I want
ahead.
the Chargers. I want to see the Ravens and the Bengals over 39 points.
All right, he's season out over 39 points and a Washington football team plus 16 and a half. You sure you want to keep that one? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I believe in my guys. 16, bro. I have been watching Dak closely. No way.
All right, Mike, you got that second pick?
Yeah, Bills plus 8.5. Rams, Vikings over 43.5.
All right. So for me right now, we're getting right into it. Best bets presented by Bluehost. I'm gonna go Giants plus 10, and I'm also gonna take. Damn, I just had the Jaguars on the money line. Those are my two best bets this week. Rome, what you got for me?
I'll just go Bengals, Bills. Lay the 3 with the Bengals. Take the Bills on the money line. Fuck it.
All right.
I like that, man.
Yeah. I'm editing tonight, so if somebody wants to throw out another one or something, let me know. Or if you only want to throw out one now, Mike Curry, talk to me. Best bet.
Browns, Packers under 44.5. That's all.
All right. Browns, Packers under 44.5. And Keys, let's get on a W. Let's get a W here. Best bet.
I'm gonna go with the Colts plus 1. The Raiders -1. I'm serious.
All right. There it is. And hold on. I had a like on the Raiders, right?
No.
So, chicken sandwich. I had a like on the Broncos. The chicken sandwich. Come on.
Oh, we can get back.
All right. I'm just saying. I'm with Drew Lock trying to get a chicken sandwich. Look at me. I'm crazy. All right. That's it for us. Week 16. What's the Line podcast? Back again next Wednesday for week 17, off week 18. And we're going to finish the playoff run. But that's it this week. What's the Line podcast brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com. Get all your large sporting events tickets there.